Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. Norris here. So today I'm going to walk you through our activity, the New Republic Precedents, applying what you've learned. So before we get started, let's look at the know, understand, and do. So what I want you to be able to answer by the end of this activity is what qualities and legacies make an effective leader. I want you to understand that students will consider the people, events, and ideas that shaped America in the period between ratification of the Constitution in 1788 and into the early 1800s. The new nation's leaders, Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, and Hamilton, faced enormous challenges in trying to determine the political structure of the country. What you're going to do is apply what you learned about the challenges of developing a new government by challenging yourself in a Blooket task. So underneath the know, understand, and do will be this tutorial. So before you move on, I want you to listen to and watch this tutorial to understand how this activity is going to work. When you are done, so not yet, but when you are done, in the top right-hand corner, you're going to mark this as done to be able to open up the next task. Now, the next task is a website, and as soon as you click mark as done and then next, the next tab will open directly into a new tab. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click mark as done because I am working as a student today, and then I'm going to click next. Now, what I would like for you to do before you move on to the Blooket is to review some of the key ideas that you learned in the Precedents activity that we did last week. So that was the reading activity, the everything you need to ace American history. You learned about Washington's presidency, about him setting up the cabinet, and all of the important things he did as the first president of the United States. So I created a Quizlet for your class that's going to review some of those before you move on to the Blooket task. So this is something that I want you to do. To practice. The Blooket task won't open until later, so you have the time to do the review. Okay. Now, if you've already got an account on Quizlet, then you should be able to log in. Okay. If you don't already have an account, then sign up and continue with Google. Okay. I'm going to choose my student email. Okay, and then put in a birthday. I'm just going to put in today's date. And then, okay. We are neither. If you have these options, just click sign up. Okay, we don't need any of this. We're going to continue to the free Quizlet. Okay, so you now are in the New Republic Precedents. You should be able to click this, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and join the class. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to study using the different tools that Quizlet offers. So we can do the flashcards, where we can review some of the information. We can play some games or play the Learn It, which we're going to go back to the set page. Don't worry about write or spell for right now, or test, unless you want to test yourself. Okay, we're going to do match, where you can play a game by dragging the corresponding items to make them disappear. Okay, which we don't want to do. We're going to go back. Or you can play gravity, where you're going to protect planets from an incoming asteroid. Okay, get started. Easy, let's go. Start the game, but we're just going to go back. Okay, so spend some time with the Quizlet before you get started on the Blooket. And like I said, the Blooket won't open until later, so use this time to practice what you should have learned in the reading comprehension activity. So you can see that we have all of the terms down below. These are the exact terms that are going to be on the Blooket. All I did was import the Quizlet into the Blooket, so they're exactly the same. This is going to let you know what you need to do, but it looks like that's a paid thing, so we're not going to deal with that. Okay, so once you feel confident in what you learned from the precedents in the Quizlet, then we're going to go back to our Canvas and we're going to click next. Okay. So I'm going to take us out of student view so you can see what this assignment looks like. Okay, and what you're going to do, we have our same KUD, but what you're going to do to submit is when you're done with the Blooket game, you're going to take a screenshot of your end page and upload it to Canvas. So you can see that you'll be submitting a file upload. Either you can submit it as a PDF, a JPEG, or a PNG. So we have our Blooket link and we have our game ID. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the game ID and I'm going to click on the Blooket link. Okay, now you should already have an account. If you don't already have an account, go ahead and click sign up. Okay, but because it's me, it's telling me that, you know, I'm gonna it's going to go straight to my account, but I already have one. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with Google. I want to sign up. Let me sign up. Here we go. Okay, so we don't need any of this. Click later. All right. Now I'm going to go back to my precedents and I'm going to click on the link again. I'm going to click login again this time, and there I am. Okay, so I'm going to have a game ID, and I'm going to paste my game ID in here. I'm going to put my first initial and last name so that I, as your teacher, know who you are and can give you credit for this assignment, because if you notice, this assignment is worth 100 points, so it is a required task. I'm going to go ahead and click it. Okay, so we're playing a Tower of Doom game. Okay, and as you can see, it says your progress will automatically be saved. That's why it's important for you to create an account and log in. So I'm going to go ahead and click new game. Okay, and just click any. And then I suggest that you watch the tutorial. So I'm going to pause this tutorial and allow you to watch the quick one when you're ready. Okay. Actually, let's just watch it. Let's just see what it says. Welcome to the Tower of Doom. Your goal is to ascend, go up, the tower's 3 haunted floors. Unfortunately, these floors are covered with enemies. You're going to need a deck to defend yourself. Before you start climbing the tower, you'll answer 5 questions to get your deck started. Answer 1 question now. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the question. Okay. Great work. Now you get to choose a card to add to your deck. So you'll use Blooket cards to battle. Each card has 3 attributes: strength, charisma, and wisdom. The greater the attribute, the better. Therefore, even though the chick appears weak, its charisma can be powerful. Okay, this card is an artifact. They aren't used in battle, but they apply effects that can help you. Coins are earned after battles and are used to purchase cards in shops. The piggy bank would help you earn more of these coins. Okay. For now, let's just stick with the chick. Go ahead and click the card to add to your deck. Awesome. Now answer 4 more questions and choose 4 more cards. Then you'll be ready to take on the Tower of Doom. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and answer the 4 questions and then come back when we're ready on the next tutorial screen. Okay, so I've answered the next set of questions. Okay, this is the map of the first level. Each time you play, the maps for each level will be different. Your goal is to go down the map. Each time you're on this page, you have to pick a highlighted icon to enter the stage. You can use the View Deck button to view your current deck, and the map key is helpful to learn about what the map icons mean. Once you choose a stage, you can't go back. You'll only be able to enter stages lower on the map that are connected by the paths. Go ahead and click on a non-white icon to enter that stage. Good luck. So I'm going to click on either this, this, or this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this guy. You've encountered an evil Blook. In order to survive, you'll have to reduce its health to 0 while keeping yours above 0. Battles are broken down into rounds. Each round you'll have to answer one question. Before that, you can take a look at the card you drew this round. So they draw the card automatically for you, okay? And then your opponent, who is just the computer, has also drawn a card. Your goal each round is for your card to be stronger than this one. To determine the stronger card, one attribute will be chosen each round. Unfortunately, you can't see your opponent's card before the battle. Your best bet is to choose your strongest attribute. Whoever's card has a higher value of that attribute wins. Then the winner deals damage equal to how much stronger they were. Okay. Also, winning multiple rounds in a row will give you a streak. The damage you deal will be multiplied by that streak number. If you answer the question correctly each round, you'll get to pick the attribute. Answering incorrectly means your opponent gets to choose. Let's assume you answer the first question correctly. Now go ahead and click an attribute bar on your card. So obviously we're going to choose charisma. Okay, so we won, obviously. 6 times 1 is 6. Great work. If your health drops to 0, your game is over. But if you win the battle, then you'll get to add another card to your deck. That's all for the tutorial. Good luck ascending the Tower of Doom. So I'm going to go ahead and keep playing. When I'm done, I'll show you the end screen that you need to take a screen capture of and submit to get credit for this assignment. All right, so I've reached the end of the game as far as I've gone. Okay, so now is the time to follow the direction where I am going to take a screenshot of my end page when I finish the game. Now, if I'm not happy with my performance, if I know that I could do better, if I didn't answer very many questions, I'm going to want to play again. But I'm just, for sake of moving on, going to go ahead and say that I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this page. This page is going to show me as your teacher how many questions you did. So in this case, I answered 88 questions. It's going to tell me your name so I can compare it to my list of people who actually played. It's going to show me how many stages you went through and your place on ranking. Okay, so this is an important thing that I, as your teacher, am going to need to know that you actually completed the task. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of that. Okay, and my directions tell me I'm going to upload that image to Canvas. Now, screenshot is not the name I want to keep it, so I'm going to go ahead and rename this to my first and last name. And Precedents, Tower of Doom. And I will put what you should rename your file in the instructions. Okay, so my first and last name, Precedents, Tower of Doom. So I'm going to go ahead and submit the assignment. It wants me to choose a file. So I'm going to choose my image. And if I have anything to add as a note to the teacher, I'm going to put that here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and submit. And this activity is done. If I would like, I can go back to the Tower of Doom and play again, or move on to the next assignment, depending on whether or not I do have a task coming up.